3 hours of walking about the Dixie, Raleigh, North Carolina gun show on August 2, 2025. The time is 3 p.m. I've purchased $772 worth of stuff. Got a hand custom-made all leather gun holster for $60. Got the final of the cellular and below 9mm 115 grain bullets, 1,000 rounds for $230. It's 23 cents per round. And finally, I purchased Glock 43x, brand new, from a dealer out of Greenville, North Carolina, for $482. Should have bought it from that man who offered it for $455 out the door. That's $28 additional I paid in taxes. I went back, it was gone. I just had the Glock 43. I didn't want the Glock 43 because it only got me 2 fingers on the handle. Even though the other 2 could rest on the magazine, that would be uncomfortable and it would pull. And or if I bought grip extensions for all my mags, that's $30 mags for 15 rounds plus whatever, another 15 each. If I bought like 6 mags, $90. Overwhelming the price differences. And I could have done that because they were selling it for $445 out the door. In any case, I got the one I want, the XL, the X, the extended handle version.
Yeah, pledged gold jewelry.
That's to the point I made a minute ago about Joe more upside before they actually move the money. Riding at this point over 25, 26, 27%. Be higher, in particular in markets like India, which are moving up. So let's keep a close watch on their peak.
That makes sense. And also maybe invasive as hell.
Development in that market, I think it speaks volumes about the fact that the years and opening up this channel under pilot.
Weekend. What's the most important? Aren't really paying. Tariffs were announced today. It's now Karen Soloway. He's going to break down what's going on. He's the president and chief market strategist. And welcome back to the show. Gareth gets positions prior to the announcement. Obviously, nobody knew exactly what the announcement was going to be.
Yeah, so in my humble opinion, is I don't think it's the tariffs necessarily just them. We got the jobs data this morning. The non-farm payrolls coming in weak on the day. And I think, what we saw is earlier this week, the PCE data was a little hotter than expected. You at home that may not know that. But creeping up and a weaker jobs report, I think that already set the table, and then it's almost in the markets, and I think that's really what's going on. And just a couple tidbits here on this non-farm payrolls number. So 72,000 is where we came in. They used 6, which is the underemployment number, inflation, but a weakening economy, and again, we know stagflation. So I think that's where we are right now, David, and why the markets are having such a big drop. Came in really strong. I bet the market
makes a lot of sense because, like I mentioned, this was a very well telegraphed tariff announcement. And I don't think there were a lot of huge surprises there. It comes, at least from this scene, this is the same we've been expecting. People in the labor force are finding it hard to get a raise. That's a curse situation.
So the combination of all these stocks, basically the S&P chart here. I want to show this to you. Chart of the S&P, and we here. I simply, you see it, just take that line, each point, connect them here, and look at what we did yesterday earnings. And one of the most important things for me here, and I want to show one last thing here. If you look at since Monday, Tuesday gapped higher, went negative. Gapped higher.
Hit order to shitty sites in the block with Texas X sites. Tritium. So this tritium will last, half-life supposedly is 10-12 years. Each time it drops to about half. Dual eliminated. It says engineered, tested, machined in Fort Worth, Texas. Those are the owners, I suppose. For 30 years. It says a woman-owned company. Kind of like Chapman Manufacturing. And these are the sights right here. It's the rear sight. Here's front sight. Orange encircling the tritium. I gotta pay a little extra for that thread locker. It's the red type, which is high strength. Just for future reference, size 9/16. Now this one, 3/16. Screw this one in place. Here is the unit. Unload. This is the part we're interested in. Undo this spring. I'll remove the barrel. Here is where I have to unscrew. That's the screw that has come undone. This is the piece. Standard Glock sight. No good. And in its place, I'll be putting this one. Now that last one was not thread locked, but I will, of course, thread lock this one. So this sight's facing towards me. This one. They're good now. Okay. Tight as hell now. A little bit crooked. It's pretty straight there. As you tighten it, it might go a little bit crooked. I gotta hold it in place. Yeah, that's pretty fucking straight. Straight enough. Straight as can be seen. The front sight's installed. Now, back sights. You have to be careful, it's no scratch. So, you want to center the sights. It's more or less centered. Too low currently. Too low. Raise the height. Centered it like. So just about like that. This centered as much as possible. And once it's centered as much as possible, now I can start cranking it. That's it. Standard sights. These will no longer be usable. Wouldn't use them again anyway. pushing out that little piece right there, it kind of cleaved apart, unusable ever again, but it's okay. So I can go along that same path to install this time. From here to here, with the new sights to go in, should I, yeah, no oil, nothing. Straight push. This can be seen here, a little bit off. So I'm going to double check the centering, and I shall start cranking. So you're looking at the spaces on each side of the sights, and just the general centering for front and rear. Gap distance, maybe I may need to nudge it. Okay, just a slightest touch, just like that. Very, very perfected. Now I think we're in good shape. Even on that side, even on that side. I believe it is centered now. Barrel. This install. What the site picture should look like approximately. Now I reload. Reload my bullets. +1 fully loaded. New sights installed. We're ready for action.